Hello YouTube. Hopefully I'm recording, although the last time I tried an unspecified error popped up and went diddling, which was very annoying. So let's just hope that we're recording and see what happens. The dead walk, hide while you still can. I will. I'm pressing enter and then I'm going to, oh, it was already paused. I'm going to pause and I'm going to see what kind of dead are walking. Walk like a dead person. So we've got an elf maceman corpse. Oh. They're not technically the invaders, though. Okay. We've got 3 sunless slayers, who are humans. We've got 2 mistakes of galley trades. That sounds like a knockoff Doctor Who thing. And we've got undead corpses of elf maceman, goblin, human, and human. Feels pretty rough, actually. We have not set ourselves... Oh, Curly Fries, you're haunting the fortress. Grats on your spectral afterlife. Let's go over here, take a look at how we're set up. We haven't rigged up that bridge to close, have we? We've got a moody boy on the go as well, haven't we? And we need to get some leather, otherwise we're going to end up in serious shit. Oh. Bugger. What are we going to do? How do we deal with this? How do we approach it before we unpause? I feel like the sensible move is to get everybody into the fortress and close the gate. However, I haven't put any of the traps in, so that's about as useful as a non-stick stamp. Fuck. What do we do? There's not much we can do, is there? We're kind of porous. I mean, we could hope that they don't attempt to come into the fortress. First strategy. Strategy number 1, please. We're going to attempt to link this bridge up to the other lever so we can close both at the same time. That is the theory. That is the hope. Maybe the undead will fanny around on the surface and not get in on time. Hopefully. We shall see. I should probably designate a burrow, shouldn't I? You know what? Go into the food zone. I'm going to say W for burrows. It's probably oodles of good advice appearing in chat right now, and I'm just blithely ignoring it for the sake of getting a burrow done. Add a new burrow. Burrow 1. Press enter, and then this area here, please. Very good. Most appealing. So there we go. We've got a burrow in there. We can call everyone to it if we need to. First, though, build trap component lever. I'm going to put a second lever just above this one here. Bosh. Make it out of Gabbro mechanisms. And we're going to watch the entryway on the surface for a few seconds to see how it pans out. We've got a lot of frames. The frame rate is actually dropping quite precipitously. Look at that. It's going down, down, down. Let's take a look and see where they're all standing now. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's look at the mistakes of galley trades first. A large, hairy worm. It has 2 short tails. Its charcoal... A worm with a tail? Excuse me. Its charcoal hair is unkempt. This night creature was first created accidentally by the human necromancer Arma Align Glistens of galley trades, after horrible experiments gone wrong on humans at Sparkleshock in the year 251. Hairy worm. Would you like to make it more penis-like, or perhaps you just want to make it a little bit penis-like? Right, let's have a look. These are just undead, I think. A medium-sized creature dedicated to the ruthless protection of nature. Her head is rotten. Her 4th finger left hand is rotten. Her spleen is rotten. Her 5th toe left foot is rotten. And so on and so forth. A rotten elf. And then we come down here to a sunless slayer. What do sunless slayers look like? A medium-sized creature prone to great ambition. Her hair is extremely long. Her broad nose is incredibly upturned. Her slightly sunken, fern-green eyes have very large irises. Her flattened ears have nearly fused lobes. Her head is somewhat narrow. Her eyebrows are somewhat high. Her hair is white. Her skin is raw umber. So big googly eyes. Basically looks like this. What she looks like. Very exciting news. Very exciting. Let's have a look here. I will always haunt until my predecessor is given the finest hammer. Oh, hello, we've got a new name in chat. I've missed this. Who's this? It's Drankara. Elf leather. Skin the corpses. I mean, if only we had some actual inanimate elf corpses to hand. That would be nice. That would be very nice. But no, not at the moment. Not at the moment. Let's keep away from the politics. We've been to politics land before, and it's never fun. That's the key thing to remember about politics. It's not fun. It's not fucking fun ever. But you know, sometimes it's important. But it's fun. It's not fun. That's the key point. That's what I said. Hello, Drankara. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Hyber says, ignore Twitch chat. It's gotten very Twitch chat. Yes. Let's do that. Let's be careful. Careful. Which album is definitely a 10 out of 10? You know what? Hyber musical tastes are almost as divisive as political things. So, Cass Woj the Mod. Oh my god, what a name. Music can be very divisive as well. Hopefully not in this circumstance, though. Hopefully we've all somehow convened on the same stuff. My recommendation at the moment is Boron and the Club of Gore. Very good, very enjoyable. Although I have played it on stream previously when I was doing a bit of Hitman, and people were literally saying, what is this garbage? Disgusting. Hate it. I'm going to gouge my ears out. And I went, okay, maybe I won't play this. But I thought it was well good. Okay, let's unpause it. Let's see what happens here. I don't see the undead yet. Actually, I'm going to quickly check where they are. Where are these bad boys? Over here. And where is this in relation to our gates? Gates. Okay, they're still a way off. Wait, no, where's my entryway? So where's the... Oh, I see. Oh, I see. They're a way off, but not that far off. Not so far off that I can just dilly-dally. I mean, if someone gets up and does this quick enough and sets this bridge up, we could just lock them out and everything will be fine and dandy. But that is a fairly substantially tall order. Let's come down here and see if that lever actually got built yet. No, we're still waiting for that, and there's a load of angry boars still in the room for it to be built in. Fuck. What did they just suspend? Of course they suspended the construction of a Gabbro lever. Why wouldn't they? It's only the single most important task in the entire fortress. I mean, obviously they're going to suspend that. Why would they do an important job? Why? Why would they even consider it? I'm an idiot for even asking them to. What a twat. What a wanker. What a prick. What a foolish boy. What a Tom Noddy titwiper. Let's try just linking this one up to the other bridge then. Build, add, bridge, bosh. There we go. Connect. Whatever mechanisms are closest. Do it now. Go, go, go. As long as it gets fucking closed, it's fine. Can you disconnect bridges from levers? There's an intriguing question. I wonder. Let's see how close our invaders have got. What the hell? We've only got 5 dead and missing. Feels like we should have way more. Oh well. How are these guys moving? Are they going fast? Okay, they're not super fast. They could go faster for sure. And again, I don't think they're slow enough for us to get this hooked up quick enough. Seems highly unlikely. Let me just pause and check the wisdom of chat. Let's have a look. Live from New York by Nirvana. Is that the Unplugged one? Because I like the MTV Unplugged album. That's pretty good. But I don't think I've heard Live from New York otherwise. Sound Defects, the Iron Horse. I don't think I know that one. I don't think I know that album. It is Unplugged. Ah, there we go. Yeah. I love that album. That is a very good album. Trauma by I Prevail. Don't think I know that one either. I'm so out of the music loop these days. Anything falling in reverse related for rock, rap, metal? Eminem. I haven't listened to any Eminem for quite some time. His stuff from the mid to late zeros was beyond everybody. Interesting. I'll have to have a little listen. I'm not very informed about rap. Every single rap song that I know is solely because it's been sung to me in a drunken state by Sinister Elements and Flagon. That's basically my entire rap knowledge. And when I say drunken state, I mean that also includes drug-induced fugues. Let's have a quick... do we unpause it and hope for the bridge to get linked up? This is madness. This is insanity of the highest order. Why have I unpaused this? Why am I being such a fool? Why am I being so optimistic? Okay, I'm not seeing anybody coming yet. I'm going to pause. We're going to go down the stairs. Let's see what we can see. Can we see anybody heading up this way to fix the lever? Fix the lever. Okay. No hints there as to whether the job has been picked up. Doesn't look like it, though. Harold Beaver says, why is that corridor not full of corpses and miasma? We haven't been playing on this stream long enough. Hands up, scoundrel, you haven't paid your BBC News licence. Actually, we have paid our television licence. I'll have you know, Diana Sark's cult. We have paid our television licence in full. I hope. It's not up to me. I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm shit with paperwork. Do you really have to pay per channel? Not for the BBC. It's just a general sort of like levy for everybody who has a television. But I don't technically watch that much stuff by the BBC anymore. In fact, I don't really watch TV, but my other half does. We've got the TV on quite often in the house, but I'm not really watching anything on it. I'm more of a streaming kind of guy. If I'm honest, I watch a shitload of YouTube. I watch way more YouTube than any other source of stuff. I mean, the last thing I watched on Netflix, which I still haven't finished, was Ozark. I'm on season 3 of that, and I was enjoying it. Just I haven't really dived in. Oh, and we watched Westworld as well. I love Westworld. Absolutely adore that program. The finale was lovely, very good. Utterly lost on the rap talk, can't even respond meaningfully, so I'm going to allow it to continue in chat, and hopefully something will pop up that I understand, and I'll go, oh, I've heard of that. Has everybody, I know everybody hasn't, but has everybody who heard me mention it last time watched Return of the Living Dead yet? Because there's a movie I can wholeheartedly endorse. Absolutely brilliant. An amazing movie. It will make your testicles tingle, and if you don't have testicles, it will make your labia fizz. I mean, I'm clutching at straws there. I'm trying to think of a similar sensation, and that's the closest I could come. Where were we? Oh, something's been... What? Combat? Someone's given birth to a puppy? Combat? What? Hello? Question mark. Oh, they've got the fucking giant olms going nuts down the bottom. We don't need that. We do not need that. They've still suspended the construction of that lever. Let's come down here. Where's the giant olm at? There's the olm. Look at this little bastard. We don't have time to start beating it to death. We've got to get rid of it quickly and decisively before the undead turn up. Because otherwise this fortress is going to be, what, a 2-episode wonder? A 3-episode wonder? That's no good. It's got to last longer than that, surely. It's got to. I mean, if we die, do we reclaim? I have watched Series 3 of Westworld Orchimedes, and I loved it. It was good. You people have TVs, says Gizm. There's again, can't do the second part. Altinashash. I do have TVs. In fact, weirdly enough, this right-hand monitor is technically a television. I've got like a 4K job on the left and a little sort of hybrid monitor TV, 1920 by 1200 thing on the right. And then we've got a front room television. There's a really old TV up in my son's room. And, I mean, technically, the laptops we have are TVs as well. What you'll have to understand here is I don't throw electronics out. It's a strong point of contention between me and my girlfriend. Fuck, we've got that mooded dwarf. Holy shit, I forgot about it. If it comes into the house and it still functions, I won't chuck it. Build, construction, not chair or throne, construction, wall. We've got to wall this bad boy in. We're not getting leather in time. Or are we? I mean, maybe we can get leather? Maybe we can get leather. Maybe I don't wall him in. Build workshop, butcher's workshop. Is that a U? It is you. R2D2, it is you. That Mandalorian series was pretty good, wasn't it? I was surprised by that. And when you learn how it was filmed using those rear projected backgrounds, it's all the better. Plus, it's got Warner Herzog in, and you can't go wrong with a bit of Warner Herzog. Ooh, yip, ooh, yip, ooh. One of the greatest documentaries ever made. Right, that's a butcher's workshop. We also need a tanner's shop, don't we, to get any kind of leather out of it. So we'll pop that next door. Make it out of granite. Fantata. Back up to the surface. Let's watch the gates. There's not much we can do. If they turn up, we can't exactly lock them out. I mean, once they get up to this high, this level, we'll pull everybody in with a borrow. And, holy shit, wait a second. I haven't started the music, have I? There we go. A little bit of swirler to keep the mood light. Lovely. Lovely. Okay, let's resume. Watch for a bit. Where are the undead now? I think that's actually pretty close, isn't it? Oh, God. Where is my... Oh, there we go. Gone past it? Not yet. Question mark? Oh, there it is. Okay, they're still fairly far away. I mean, they're not miles away by any stretch of the imagination, but they're not close enough to actually dive straight into the door. I'm pretty certain we're not going to get this bridge hooked up in time. We don't have the idlers for it. Have we got people making mechanisms? Or has that all stopped? What's our mechanic up to? Let's have a quick look in Therapist. I'll be over there for a sec, just having a look. Our mechanic is currently doing what? Linking a building to a trigger. Oh, Claycree. Claycree's on the case. Let's follow Claycree and see where that leads us in terms of saving the fortress. What? Intruders? Oh, fuck sticks, they're in. Who's this? A human weaver necromancer? Oh my god, they're right at our gates. This happened way quicker than I thought. They were so much closer than I thought. Bugger. Hopefully the pathing is going to keep them away? Question mark? It's going to be horrible if we have to lock ourselves in. We don't have water. We don't have a steady supply of food inside the gates. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. Something's come along and it's burst our bubble. This is a worry. Defend, says Diana. Well, we're going to have to do a Cryptbeards rush to defend the corridor, but I have a horrible feeling we're just going to get overwhelmed. We have 31 dwarves and a child, but the enemy are coming in pretty strong with pretty much... What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 off of 31. So that's 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. 24 undead coming and attacking versus 31 dwarves with very little military training or anything in the way of weapons. I feel like we're in trouble. We are in trouble. I've never seen Enemy at the Gates. People are always recommending it, but I should give it a go. If we scatter in the caverns, will they fight the wildlife instead? Now, Righteous Boner, I would absolutely love to close this gate up here, but unfortunately that gate is not closable. It doesn't actually have any mechanisms attached to it. I know I should have done it immediately the second it was made, but lazy. Lazy, lazy, lazy. What we are going to do is we are going to build a constructed wall. No, not a chair or throne. Constructed wall in this little pit here. There we go, make it out of close scabbro. Very nice. Get that done as quick as possible. And then we're going to say W, add to that burrow. We're going to put this area here inside the burrow. Excellent. Yes. No, also the close scabbro. There we go. That's good. And then we are going to say military alert. Bring everybody inside the fortress into an alert. And hopefully... Oh my god, that's a lot of dogs. Fucking hell, we could get leather pretty quickly, actually. Somebody going to build this wall? Once the wall is built, we can pull the lever. And that's really what's important. Oh, Christ on a fucking bike. How fast are these undead? Oh, it's a giant rat. Don't worry, just a giant rat. Just a giant rat. Dealable. Dealable. Very dealable. They built the wall. Holy shit, this is good. Okay. I say good. I mean, it's not optimal, but it's okay. Right. Add. Pull. Do it now. Bang. Unpause. Someone pull the lever. Pull it. They've pulled it. Come down here. Gates are shut. We're locked in. Nice. And I believe we've done so with all of our dwarves inside the fortress, which is nice because now they will have to fuck around in the caverns and find something else to kill instead of us, while we slowly starve to death. Excellent news. Excellent news. How can a child make a relevant difference? They're going to throw it like a really squishy javelin, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's probably very likely. A child is pretty useless in this kind of scenario. Then again, there are those occasional movies that have taught us that a child in the right place can be pivotal in the success of the human people against the zombies, question mark. Are there any... I can think of like a few films where they're like kids are the main protagonists, but I can't think of any zombie films with child protagonists. Are ice walls still a thing, so when the ice melts it turns into water and it remains a wall? Interesting. That is interesting. I don't know. I've never actually experienced that previously. Oh no, all the freaking livestock are down there. They're going to get killed. Even the chickens. Ah, Chick Norris is down there. Shit. Well, hopefully the undead get mauled by olms, but I'm not holding out much hope for that, to be honest. Let's go up here. We can now turn off the alert. A. There we go. Turn off the alert. Nobody can get out of the fortress anyway, so it's fine. They have the run of the fortress. What we need to do is basically, I mean, there's not much we can do, really. Just got to wait it out. We've got no water. We've got barely any booze. I mean, we are fucked with a capital F, really. Maybe we need to get everybody into military training immediately. Give everyone full-blown martial arts training, so they can get out there and do some Cryptbeards style fisting. Maybe. No, I don't know. Oh, we're in a tight situation, lads. We're in a very tight situation. Someone's been found dead, question mark. Who got found dead? Stray guinea cock, stray goose, stray rooster, stray hen. Okay. Chick Norris is still alive, but I don't think that's going to be a particularly long life. I feel like they're probably getting slaughtered in short order. Oh, Sinister Elements is now playing Armour 3, says Steam. Very exciting. Very exciting indeed. I've always fancied giving that a go. A child can be pivotal like Flight of the Navigator. Yes, like Flight of the Navigator, exactly. But obviously not in a zombie film, apparently. I can't think of any zombie films. There's The Gate. That's pretty good. That's quite a good film in which children play a big part. What's going on here? Why are those dogs going berserk? Ah, we've locked ourselves in with the fucking crazy boars. That's not ideal. Although the puppies and the boars are fighting, which to me suggests positivity, because maybe the boars will keep the puppy population in check? Question mark. Yeah, they're killing all of our livestock. Not ideal. Not ideal, but, you know, everybody's still inside the fortress, so there is that. Let's pause things. Let's take stock of our situation. We've basically got a shitload of gems and rocks. And a little bit of food. What is our food situation like, we ask? We've got 5 lettuce leaves, 100 plump helmets, bit of seed, we've got a little bit of booze, not a lot, and we haven't got a huge stock of food either, of booze, not booze, you know what I mean, food of a meaty kind. Food of the meaty kind. I'm thinking, if we're lucky, we might be able to dig into some soil. Now, that gets us some planting, if we can find some plump helmet spawn inside. If I go up to the surface here, what we could do is dig a secondary flight of stairs up to this floor here, away from the main entryway, and then in this area here with all this sandy soil, make some farm plots, which may save us. As long as we can get plump helmets on the go and start making booze, we should be okay, right? Question mark. It's a long way up, but it does seem to be our best bet for getting some booze. So, with that in mind, let's get an up-down stair designated at priority number 1 and head up to the business sky. Sorry, getting a little bit mincy. That's that, good. And then we need to dig another tunnel over this way, and then over this way, and that should lead us into farmable land. No guarantees, of course, because as we know, that's Dwarf Fortress, baby. Okay. Ah, whoa, I've just realised, shit, pause. We haven't dealt with our moody boy, have we? Oh, fuck, our moody boy lost his mind. Did the moody boy get killed? How many... Christ. Who was the moody boy? Who am moody? Let me have a look. It was Eurypterus, if chat is correct. And if I do it... Not chat, sorry, Dwarf Therapist. If I do a refresh, we still have 31 left, but Eurypterus is currently deep in a stark raving madness. which is not ideal. Not ideal. Where are you, Eurypterus? I feel like we're going to have to kill you, which is disappointing. I would rather have got the item, but that's the way the cookie crumbled in the end. Where are you? Oh, that's you there with the blue exclamation mark. Fucking around with the guy who's doing the smoothing. Apparently not actually attacking people though, so apparently you're just doing some vanilla gibbering and raving, which is good. Maybe we can stand that. Maybe we can live with that. Not too bad. Hello, is that a soil level? Damn, son. Oh, yes. No, we're going to go for the sand, the loam. This is perfect. This is the kind of thing we want. Okay, so there's a little doorway. Here's a little room. Fingers crossed that can be a lovely... Let's put that as priority 1. Fingers crossed that can be a lovely farm. Won't that be nice? Won't it be delightful to have our boys and gals gobbling up plump helmets as soon as possible and turning them into sweet, sweet, lovely, lovely thingamajigs. You know what I'm talking about. Booze, that's what I'm talking about. Let's also put a sand collection thing up here, shall we? Just to be, you know, just to be fun, seeing as we've got some sand here. What is it? S for sand? Yes, indeed. There we go. I mean, we don't need the sand just yet. We haven't tapped the volcano, but I think that'll be alright. It'll be good. Oh, look at this. Fantastic. Right, we need to get a farm in once that's dug out. It shouldn't be too bad. Oh, these are good farms. I like it. Come on, dig it out. There we go. So P, no, not P, BP, that's what we want. Farm plot. And then we do that. And then we do this. Nice. And then once that's built, we make some plump helmets. And if we can get the plump helmets made, we're good. We are golden, as they say. Let's have a little look at chat. Gizm says, rap is not for me. I don't mind it. It's just not really my go-to genre of music. I haven't written a single word today because of this stream. I blame you, scoundrel. Oh, righteous boner. What are you supposed to be writing? Maybe I can help you. Start with, today I didn't go anywhere. There you go. That's a good start. It's probably not relevant to what you're creating, but it doesn't matter. I'm getting hungry, actually. I would quite like to eat something, but unfortunately I haven't prepared myself any snacks. What a fool. What a dingleberry. What a danglewanger. Do we have any farmers? I do need to quickly check the population for farmers. We should have. Yeah, we've got 2 pretty good farmers, actually. Why are they not coming up here and doing the farming shit? Not enough nest box zones? What, we still have birds? Let me just check the animals. We have lots of cats and dogs. We do have a duck. We can technically get some stuff. Chick Norris is dead, unfortunately. We have some birds left. Okay, so maybe it's worth building a nest box zone as well. Okay, here we go. Down to the food zone. The miners have done excellent work here. We need to dig out the... Oh, it's too late to do anything with this now. Where are we putting the birds? Where do we put the birds? I'm thinking... Let's make a little room off of the food processing zone, right? How about that? So, I'm going to put a Terminator thing there, and there, and there. And we'll do a little thing like this, a little thing like that, and that can be the room that all the... What the funky dickens? There we go, that can be the room that all the nest boxes go in. I'm going to say JMQNEST box. Let's make some rock nest boxes. I'll have 10 of those, please. Bosh. There we go. Tidy said, Gelder? Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Still writing that urban fantasy novel. Ah, interesting. I was thinking of starting writing a story about gnomes living in a swamp, but I never got round to it. Mainly due to my unbelievable capacity for procrastination and my very deeply lazy nature. It's a shame. It's a shame. Yeah, my knowledge of rap is limited at best, has to be said. Right, have we built any of these nest boxes yet? No, we still need nest boxes. Can they be placed in planning mode? No, they cannot. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's cancel the creation of that lever. It's no longer required. Have they put that farm in yet? There we go. Farm is in. Farm is in. Here we go. So we go down to plump helmets. Shift enter. Plump helmets all year round. You can technically use this area to level up our farmers pretty well, because as I understand it, mincing straight through soil is actually a really good power leveling technique for miners. Did I say farmers? I meant miners. So dig out a load of rooms like this. There we go. That'll do. Just dig that zone out, it'll be fine. Hopefully it'll level them up. Hopefully some farms will actually get planted. That's good. We have a farmers guild, so presumably if we have excuse me, any sweet spawn for plump helmets, they'll get done pretty quickly. Shit, I didn't tell them not to cook. That's fine, we haven't got a kitchen cooking anything anyway. We've only got plump helmets being made. Actually, probably best to do it now while I'm thinking of it, isn't it? So where are we? Plump helmets. Don't cook with them. Thank you very much. Good. That should do the trick. That should yield a bit of plump helmetry. If the dwarves can survive the boozelessness for just long enough. We'll see. Excuse me. Tell us the outline of your gnome story. Well, it's less of an outline, more of a sort of scenario at the moment, but the idea is there's a fantasy world where on the main continent, where people are doing their general living, there's an enormous marshy swampland that connects both coasts. So the entire main continent is divided by a very difficult to pass swampland, which is primarily inhabited by gnomes and has been for a very long time, and they have various levels of development. So you've got your sort of tribal swamp gnomes who are living in the swamps in little stick huts and farming little pygmy hippopotamuses for food and riding on alligators and crocodiles and stuff like that. But in the sort of central area of the swamp, there has been a group of gnomes who have developed a more advanced civilization and have managed to harness the power of swamp gas for use as a fuel for lighting and all that kind of thing. So they have some, not a sort of like industrial revolution level of technology, but they have some level of technology going. And what they've done is constructed an enormous paved road that goes all the way across the swamp, like a kind of bridge, like a massive thing that they use to control trade between the north and the south. And so they've got like a real political hotbed of world powers in their main city, which is called Gloamlight. Like a lot of the other civilizations in the world think they've got some kind of magical ability because of all the streetlights and stuff, but they're just quite good at keeping the fact that they're just burning gas secret. So that's the sort of the vague outline of it. Like anyone who doesn't have a maritime presence around the coast just has to deal with the main bridge through the gnome territories. And I thought making a story about like a more primitive tribal kind of gnome coming to Gloamlight for some reason, and trying to give the reader a view into the world from like a sort of like a primitive farm boy perspective. Not that you know what I mean though, like a Luke Skywalker style naive character coming from an undeveloped background. I don't know why, but it tickled me when I first thought of it, and I keep adding little nubbins to it. It's good. I like it. You make a great vocabulary already. No need for a thesaurus. Oh man, I do like a good thesaurus though. There's a reason I have a decent vocabulary, and it's because I use thesauruses a lot. I'm supposed to be writing a bit of lore about two incredibly boring dwarven clerics and their Goliath friend, but I've written all of approximately 3 sentences, says Ravelit. My goodness. It is awkward when you want to write something and then it just won't come. I mean, don't be warned. There is a horrible double entendre in there. Be careful. Why is there miasma in the hallways? I'm just going to check the population. Oh shit! Oh, hang on, I'm panicking. Can you guess? Hang on, we've goes to a therapist. Can anybody guess why I had a panic attack for a moment there? Could it possibly be because it says there are 6 adults and 18 children in the fortress? Yes, that could be why. Although, if we go here, nobody's died. It's fine. Stop panicking. There we go. I would buy the audiobook for the crack. Oh my goodness. I mean, why not? I think I'm a long way off having an actual story yet. It's more like just a mishmash of ideas. But fun. I like that kind of thing. There are adventurers whose idea of adventure is collecting tax for the local lord. Ooh, exciting stuff. Well, I feel like for the story, I also need the other peripheral civilizations. I'm thinking I might make because I like gnomes, I like little people for stories. I'm thinking I might make them just sort of pygmy type, so they're actually humans, just like they're all really short. And I might just make it just a plain human type fantasy, not high fantasy. Might take make no magic and stuff like that, but I'm not sure. I mean, it's interesting. It's hard to like write it down in a way, like all the ideas that I've got in a way that can be threaded together. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's stop staring at chat like an idiot, scoundrel. Let's actually get on with some of this lovely building. I should probably come up here to the farms and check they're being done, right? Are we getting any plump helmets? Holy shit, it's working! The cookie's dehydrated. Eurypterus... Oh, hang on. Eurypterus is dehydrated because he's in the grip of deep madness. So that's really not something that we need to panic about too much because, you know, even if he gets booze, he won't drink it. We do have to sort these bloody wild boars out, though. I feel like we maybe need to train them or something, get them on side. Got a nice bit of pork, bit of bacon. Do love a little bit of the old bacon. Best bit of the pig. Apart from the scratchings. Do love a bit of pork scratchings. Do I put more fields in? Let's not stretch our farmers too thin. Let's get this field planted and harvested before we start putting more fields in. Although, I'm thinking we do need some kind of corpse and refuse stockpile inside the fortress because otherwise miasma is going to become an issue. So, there's our graveyard. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. As a staging point for the graveyard, let's just do a little room over here where we keep our refuse and our... Actually, we're going to need something a little bit more... No, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. We'll put a refuse stockpile in there. It'll be absolutely lovely. Someone found a dead lamb. That's a bit of a problem. I don't think we've got any grazable land in here at all, do we? Oh well. Oh well. Can I build any nest boxes? Nope, haven't built any of those yet. Why is that? do I have any crafts dwarves? That could be an issue. I may well not have any crafts dwarves. I'm over in Therapist just having a look. Masons? We've got 2 masons. They should currently be engaged in masonry. But they're not, which is a bit disappointing. Should I remove all their other tasks? I feel like that'll make them miserable if I do. It usually ends up being a bit of a downer. How about... We've got 2 stonecrafters as well. I don't know why nobody's jumping to attention in doing these tasks, but okay. If that's how it be, that's how it be. The undead are still hanging around like a bad smell. Oh, look at this. Actually, we're getting some grazing land up here, aren't we? Look. A mule is starving. That's fine, because I'm going to make this also grazing land to keep the sand clear for collection. So, pasture is N, capital N, G for grazing. Can we put the mule in there and the cavy pup? Let's see if that works. Hopefully the mule will survive. Although aren't mules sterile? We're going to have a pretty hard time breeding them. Oh man, don't make this like the last fortress. Is this whole world just going to be full of necromancer's towers and be impossible to actually do anything in? I bet it is. Look at all those spiked wooden balls going to waste. Oh shit, we haven't got any wood in this. We can't make any fucking furniture. That's a problem. Not as much of a problem as all this miasma though. So if I say P stockpile, R for refuse, we'll put that here at the back like that, and then Y for corpse stockpile, I believe. Pop that in here. Bingo. Bingly bangly bongly. Oh, someone found Eurypterus's dehydrated corpse. Sad, but predictable. Unfortunately predictable. They're obviously making coffins. The masons are obviously getting going. Oh my god, how many dogs died? It's fine, it's fine. They breed like Billio. They can't be stopped. It'll be fine. Looks like we've got a lot of gemstones laying around as well. Maybe I should start thinking about putting a gemstone stockpile together, because otherwise they're going to be sort of just sitting on the floor of the fortress and having people trip over them, which isn't ideal. Whoa, stinkums. Real stinky cavern. Never mind. Okay, so where am I going to put my gem stockpile? I mean, here seems pretty decent because, let's face it, we've got the room. So, P, E for gems. I'm not going to make it huge because, of course, gems can go in bins, but I'm going to make it about that big. And ideally, it's going to be rough gems because we don't have any cut gems. Set gems. Rough gems, yes please. Rough glass, no thank you. Cut gems, no thank you. Cut glass and cut stone, no thank you. There we go. Don't really have the materials to make any bins, do we? It's a bit disappointing. Is this field sheltered from the outside so you're not cut off from food during an invasion? Yes, it is, Drankara. It is. The field upstairs is completely isolated. So what we've done is we've come into the mountain. Let me show you. So this is our initial entry point. We've come in and we've dug way down to the first cavern layer. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And that pierced through... question mark? Oh, okay, we made a little cavern baffle and we came down here and pierced into the caverns here, where we set up a little grazing area in our initial embark. Then we just came up a few floors and dug into the mountain here. And then we got this little stairwell that goes all the way back up to the surface, where we can get access to that soil and some lovely stuff you make into glass. Sand. And as such, all of our food supply is fairly well secured. Unfortunately, we don't have access to any water, so the injured are going to have a hard time. But I don't think we have any injured. Definitely got some dead, but I don't think we've got any injured, which is nice. They're not moving any gems at the moment, which is a bit concerning. Oh, okay, yeah, because we've run out of space. We don't have enough bins to put the gems in bins. Hmm. Sorry, just scrolling back up chat a bit. Gnomes are at their best, sliced thinly and pickled. Oh my goodness. Depends on the kind of gnomes you mean. If you mean like David the Gnome gnomes, yes. If you mean D&D gnomes, I like D&D gnomes. They're good. They're good. Drankara said soft magic like Lord of the Rings maybe? I think so. A little bit of magic goes a long way, I think. You don't need to have any like, I don't want people flinging fireballs around unless they're made of swamp gas. But, yeah. I mean, magic, I'm not a huge magic fan, to be fair, but, a little bit goes a long way. Gizm says, I really like your voice. Oh, thank you very much. I really like your text. It's good. You can do numbers while being shit, though. Numbers have never been a measurement of how good you are. Numbers? Question mark. Is that for me or someone else? I forget. Imagine me doing an audiobook. I'd do audiobooks, but there's a lot of people out there doing audiobooks these days. How many copies of like public domain works are there that people have just sort of up and read on YouTube? So many. So many. I'd have to write my own stories, otherwise it's not really worth it, is it? Excuse me, having a little glug here. D&D gnomes are responsible for Boo, the miniature giant space hamster, and thus are awesome. Go for the eyes, Boo. I always like the idea of D&D gnomes like having no sort of like fixed names, and your name depends on who's talking to you. So your mum would give you one name, your dad would give you another name, all your brothers and sisters would give you different names. I don't know why, but that idea always intrigued me. I quite liked it. You can put stress on the second syllable of my name. Gizem. Gizem. Okay, I'm guessing that's the correct one. I hope. I've never met a D&D gnome I didn't want to punt into a river. Ah, I mean, honestly, I've rarely ever played where other people have ever played gnomes. My favourite gnome character I ever played, which is actually kind of the genesis of this whole story idea, was a character that I just spammed everything into fortitude and made him like ridiculously fortitudinal, like loads of hit points. Lived in a swamp, had a little top knot haircut that was like a poodle's haircut, and so anybody who was in the swamp could like lean over the edge of the canoe and grab my hair and pull me out of the water and put me back in the boat. And I also had a crocodile as a mount, which I sort of stood on like a surfboard with reins, and it would swim through the swamp. I loved that character. That was good fun. That was good fun. Butterbutt Squash says, my first D&D character was a gnome bard. Oh, that character was a barbarian, a swamp barbarian. Funnily enough. Excuse my fart. On the other hand, they are also responsible for other breeds of giant hamster. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, giant hamsters. Aren't they guinea pigs? Apparently, they're like a staple food in some places. I think it's Peru where they're from. I can't imagine you'd get much food off of a guinea pig. They seem... I had guinea pigs as a kid. They don't seem particularly meaty. A capybara, on the other hand, does seem to have kind of a bit of substance to it. But a guinea pig? A guinea pig? Question mark? Query? Huh? I don't know. Maybe we could reach down to the... if we haven't discovered the third cavern layer yet, and as provided it's not actually connected to the first and second cavern layers, we might be able to just go straight down there and get hold of some fungi wood trees. I mean, it's not the maddest idea I've ever had. So there's cavern layer 1. Oops. Gone past. Here's cavern layer 2. Obviously now no use because it's connected to the surface. But if we can find our way to dig stairs down past there, then we should should be able to find cavern layer 3 relatively straightforwardly? Question mark? I'm not sure. Dragon Ball bar with a 6 in wisdom. Holy shit. Mr. Oblivious. Mr. Oblivious. Right, let me check to see if we've got any nest boxes made up yet. Nope. Our crafts dwarves are apparently utterly disinterested in making nest boxes, which is a pity. They're still finding dead hens. I'm not happy about this. Are we going to completely run out of egg-laying birds? They're usually a staple of my diet. Mind you, the dwarves can live on plump helmets for a while. Although, when it comes to, like, forever diet, dwarves cannot live on plump helmets alone. I think we are going to have to make it down to cavern layer 3 for trees, aren't we? Which is a worry. A bit of a worry, because cavern layer 3 is traditionally quite dangerous. Right, okay, here we go. We're doing it. I'm doing it, Ma! Okay, we're going to dig a little tunnel over here. I, for up downstairs. We're not going to penetrate anything. I'm going to penetrate that friggin' office. Alright, we'll go downstairs. Where's downstairs? J. There we go. Bonk, bonk. Go like that. Go down one floor. And, oh, for fuck's sake. Ooh, that is just clipping by. No, you know what? Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Let's do this. Excuse me. I really apologise to anybody who's horribly offended by burps and farts, but I mean, if you are, you're on the wrong fucking channel. I speak from my stomach on a number of occasions. What was downstairs again? H? Oh, that's channeling. Of course it's channeling. How would I not know that? Dingleberry. So down, and then I for up downstairs. Oh, you absolutely gotta be kidding me. Okay, it needs to go further. That's fine, that's fine. Here we go. Dig over this way. Lovely. Right onto the edge of the map. How about that? And if I go down just to check. Ah, we can't tell if that's... Bow, bow. Ba 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 ba. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. So that's the up downstairs. Oh, it doesn't need to be up downstairs though, does it? It needs to be downstairs. J. There we go. Bang. So downstairs. There. There we can feel confident. But up to this point, we don't have anywhere near as much confidence. I'm guessing, it's a terrible thing to do, but I'm guessing that we'll be able to dig this way, like this, and then... Oh, bloody bastards. Down here, like that, and then... Bugger. Bugger. I feel like this area here is probably a good place to be digging, right? Because then we know it's fairly empty. Bosh, lovely. Like that. And then DX, remove all this. Okay, that's my theory. I'm hoping that's going to get us down there. Let's have a look. How long did it take you to learn Dwarf Fortress? I honestly couldn't tell you. I started playing so long ago, like over 10 years ago, that I mean, I think it took a little while. My first few forays were pretty spectacularly bad, died pretty quickly. But I watched a couple of tutorials, got the basics down, and once you've done that, it's not too bad. I mean, I haven't played Dwarf Fortress without streaming it for years. So I imagine if I actually just sat down and played Dwarf Fortress on my own, just for amusement, I would probably do quite a bit better. Because at the moment, I sit here just babbling on and going blah, 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 as if people are really interested in the things I'm saying. But, I mean, in streams, I'm not that great. It has to be said. I think I would probably be a lot better. What happened here? Why did we zoom over this way? Okay, we've got no fruit. That's fine. Here we go. Let's keep watching these guys dig down. You're going to get me some sweet, sweet cavern misses. I do want to miss the caverns. I don't want to be penetrating into them. It's not so bad if we break into the cavern from above, over water. So I feel like we're going to have less chance of the undead climbing, like jumping directly out of water onto our stairs, but you never know. You never know. An alcoholic food, that would be useful. That would be useful. Like little chocolate liqueurs. Does everyone else have that experience as a kid? At Christmas, obviously some of you are in countries where Christmas is not such a big thing, but as a kid at Christmas you'd be getting all the chocolates and you'd go through them and you'd start eating all the roses and the Quality Street and stuff like that, and then some prick would hand you a chocolate liqueur full of something like whiskey or something, and you'd bite into it and be like, "Whoa, what is this?" I think my granddad used to do that to me. Hated it. Ugh. Yeah, liqueur chocolate. It's like a... oh, sorry, you're not asking me what liqueur chocolates are. You're suggesting them, as I was. I didn't even look at the next response, Hiver No Way. You're way ahead of me. Well done. Your stomach has issues with your eating habits. No, I think it's more the fact that I've eaten quite a bit of sherbet today, like actual fizzy sugar. That does have a thing. It does have a thing. I barely even play games, grew up without them. Oh. I found out about Dwarf Fortress listening to a podcast from the 1UP network, probably sometime around 2005, I'm guessing. And there was a guy who reviewed games on the 1UP network called Sharky, who described playing the game, and I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. I'll go and have a look at it. And I've never looked back. Oh, someone's had a baby. Very exciting, if you're into that kind of thing. Which I'm not really. Come on, down past the caverns. Get down there. I think we've done it, actually. DI. Let's line that up. I'm going to make it past the cavern layer. It might work. Very prescient, Hiver No Way. I once mistook some alcohol for cold tea in a teacup. Ugh, yuck. That's the worst, when you get like neat booze and you were expecting something else. It's worse than expecting booze and getting water. Right, I think we've cleared the second cavern layer. So if we find the third layer, we should be all good. It's all good. What? Telling you if it was a sin to drink alcohol, even not on purpose? Surely that can't... I mean, that's got to be the all-time worst rule ever. Like, accidentally drink booze, go to hell. I mean, that seems ripe for exploitation. That seems like dicks going to be dicks with that one, right? Someone's going to troll you all the way to hell? I don't know about that. I mean, if God did that to me, and he went, why am I in hell? Because you drank alcohol. I'd be like, what kind of a fucking cunt are you? Why would you do this to me? Why would you give me absolutely no indicators whatsoever that was a problem? You bastard. Lovecraft was right. You do hate us. Anyway, where were we? I want to learn to play want to learn how to play DF, but it seems like too much work. It seems more difficult than it is. Once you kind of get the basics, it kind of falls into place fairly quickly. There are little bits and bobs that you'll learn like 1,000 years down the line. I mean, I don't know everything about Dwarf Fortress, but once you know enough to get it going, it's kind of... I mean, what have you got to lose? It's free, and it's good. Give it a go. It's always worth a crack, I would say. Get the Lazy Noob pack and give it a crack. I mean, if anyone's got a link to the Lazy Noob pack, pop it in chat and hopefully we'll gain some new converts to the cult. I mean, game. Dwarf Fortress cult. Right, I got distracted there. What was happening? Withdrawals from society. Holy shit, we need to find this lad. Presumably, they are now at the Craftsdwarf's workshops. Fingers crossed. Yes, they're in there, but they're not actually doing anything. What is it you want? Shining bars of metal. Shit. We're in trouble. We don't have any means by which to create bars of metal. We can't melt anything down, and we can't smelt any ores. This is a problem. Actually, the Steam version, that's a good point. It probably is... it might be worth waiting for the Steam version, to be fair. Yeah, once you learn to see the Matrix. I see a woman in a red dress. It's not a carrot mark. There we go. Look, loads of people with the Lazy Noob pack. And hello, Byron the Walrus. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. No, maybe you've been lurking for a while, but that's the first time I've seen your name in chat. Thank you for the link. At whoever. It's fine. It's all good. Right. Let me have a quick look. So this moody boy is probably going to need to be walled in, which is sad, because ideally we'd like to keep them alive, but also kind of inevitable. Excuse me, because we're not likely to get the required materials. I mean, we could try tapping the volcano not at the top. I know people keep telling me it's not necessary to go to the top to tap a volcano, but I also have people telling me about how they flood their fortresses with magma, so... No, I'm new, but I've seen your Reddit going live post for a long time and finally got curious enough. I knew it would eventually work. I knew eventually one adventurous Redditor would come in and see the stream, and hopefully you like what you see. Otherwise, it was all for naught. Oh, disaster. No, don't worry. You are under no obligation to continue to watch. Not that I could force you. I mean, you know, theoretically I could perhaps hunt you down, strap you into a Clockwork Orange chair and clip your eyes open, but, I mean, seems extreme, right? Seems a bit much. That could also backfire quite dramatically. I feel like kidnapping as a source of viewers is a bit risky. It's not the smartest play, let's put it that way. I mean, sure, I can force people to watch, but then I have to get an individual IP address for each person watching. I can't just put you all in one building on the same network. I mean, at that point, why bother having the people if you're just setting up the different IP addresses and everything? Just botnet, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Remember that. That's a quote you can take away from the stream. The scoundrel M. Kidnapping doesn't make sense. That's good. Hey, Two Cats Yelling, welcome back. I'm not really a Redditor. I post when I'm going live on the Dwarf Fortress subreddit, either no way, but and I read Reddit, but I don't really post much there. Maybe if I get some of my photogrammetry stuff finished and some of my Blender stuff finished, I'll post that on the relative subreddits, but I'm not a big poster of stuff. This is the stuff I make on the internet, the little bit of Twitch stuff, a bit of dabbling in the YouTubes, but I'm not really what you would call a social media user in general. Exactly. The more time I spend hiring vans, bundling people into the back and trying to put them into chairs and clipping their eyes open, is time I could be playing Dwarf Fortress. And time I spend not playing Dwarf Fortress or streaming Dwarf Fortress is generally fairly unproductive. That said, I do play other games occasionally if anyone's interested, which I know you're not, because generally speaking, if I don't play Dwarf Fortress, I get 6 or 7 viewers, and I've probably got more than that now. He guesses? Question mark? 28, yeah, way more than 6 or 7. If I play something like Red Dead or whatever, 6 or 7 people will turn up, whereas Dwarf Fortress, people seem to come out of the woodwork. They're all like, "Ooh, Dwarf Fortress, you say? I do like a little bit of Dwarf Fortress. Maybe you could tease me. Show me what you do. How long have you been playing? How big is your fortress? How many dwarves? Come on, show me your dwarven fortress." Maybe not quite so weird. That did sound quite creepy. I feel like we're going to find the cavern layer pretty quickly. Oh Christ, I was supposed to wall in that moody boy, wasn't I? Where were we? I've had too much to drink, that's the problem. I'm getting scatterbrained. Constructed wall. Here we go. There we go. We've walled him in. We're not going to be getting any metal bars anytime soon. I don't think we're going to manage to tap this volcano in time, so we're just going to have to close him in and make sure that nobody gets killed by him. Thankfully, the last person who lost their mind after a mood didn't get fulfilled didn't actually kill anybody. They just ran around. Man, that's not a good sign. It's got to be a sad feeling as you put that last brick in the wall and see the gibbering madman on the other side going, "I need shining metal bars. Oh, I need stone blocks. Oh, bring me shining metal bars, please, please. Oh." And then in goes the last brick. I don't know why you put a brick in with a hammer, but in my world you do. And there he is, gone forever. Like an Egyptian pharaoh, locked in his tomb. I suppose we've got another Crafts Dwarf workshop, so it doesn't really matter too much. And once he's dead, we can always open it up and put him in a graveyard. It'll be fine. No need to panic, everyone. No need to panic. Now answer all those questions, because I've been thinking them. I've been playing Dwarf Fortress for over 10 years. I have 30 adults. Sorry. The current population of the fortress is 30 adults, 1 child, and 0 vulnerable babies. This fortress is probably only about a year old, isn't it? We started it in 310, and now it's 311. Other than that, I can't even remember the questions I said, so I'll try my best to answer them. But unfortunately, that is my best. Take me to your dwarf fortress. Let us delve the depths. It's true. It's good. I love the Red Dead streams. Will there be more? Probably. I mean, honestly, when I do random off-schedule streams, I'm just playing whatever. The other day, this is no word of a lie, we finished dinner and my son was like, "Oh, can I use your computer?" I'm like, "No, son, I'm going to play a game. I'm going to go up to my computer and I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to play a computer game." So I went upstairs, I sat down, I turned my computer on and I started browsing through my Steam library. 3 hours later, I put the kids to bed, having been unable to decide what to play. This stream literally forces me to play a particular game and therefore makes me actually play a game. It's horrible. My chronic indecision is beyond ludicrous. It's cartoonish. But literally spent 3 hours going through not just my Steam library, my Epic Games library and everything else. And man, afterwards I felt so salty. I was like, oh God, I could have played 3 hours of Red Dead, I could have played 3 hours of Satisfactory, I could have played 3 hours of World of Horror. And did I do any of that shit? No. No, I shamed myself in the eyes of the game gods. Then again, is that really the worst thing in the world? Maybe, maybe not. Let's have a look down here. What's the funniest legend story you've ever seen in DG or DF? I very rarely look through legends. What was the name of that guy we found? The Weed Bro. Does anyone remember? We got anyone who was on that stream? It's Clay Cree and Orchimedes. You probably saw it, didn't you? And Othsalot, if you're still awake. We had a guy called what was his name? He was like Dude Dank Bro or something. We had this guy whose name was just a series of randomly generated weed puns. It was unbelievable. Like, the people had written books about him in the world. We found him in a book that some traders had brought, and I was like, where the hell did this guy come from? Mr. Dank? Incredible. That was probably fun. Alright, so good job you can figure out what I'm doing, because I can't. I'm an idiot. Right, okay. We've obviously not found the caverns here. So, do I just start going down again? He says. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's go down a few floors. And hopefully we won't end up penetrating some kind of magma sea. Well, imagine the first metal we get ends up being adamantine. That would be pretty special. That would be an unusual fortress. I mean, I don't normally delve this deep so quickly. It was only because people in chat were like, why not do a deep fortress? Go straight down into the caverns. Don't bugger around on the surface. What a waste of time. It's only because of them. Oh! You have discovered an expansive cavern deep underground. Lovely. You have discovered a downward passage. Oh, shit, they're all connected. We've beansed it, boys. We've utterly fucked ourselves. Oh, or have we? Unless the undead brought flyers with them, we're actually not too bad. Is this an entirely wet cavern? Oh, no, it's not. There's a bit of land. There are some trees. Mushroom trees, whatever they are. Okay, so this isn't the worst. I am the way. Bum, 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 bum. So, I'm quite impressed that we're only like 3 or 4 levels above the caverns before we penetrated. Pretty good. So, let's go down to find that little bit of flat land. Where is it? There it is. There's our trees. And then, presumably from there, we'll dig a tunnel off here. Where's the mouse? There it is. Over here, and then channel up to... no, it's not quite how I hoped. I feel like we're going to have to come through the walls on multiple occasions and figure out where the ground is. They're very wet caverns, aren't they? Very damp, dank caverns. Filled with moisture. Or at least we found them. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. The potential for getting wood is there, said the Viagra marketer. We should probably set some of these offices up as well, shouldn't we? And I don't have any of my stonecrafts really going. We've basically got a walled up stonecrafter and that's it. My masons aren't making anything, my other craftsdwarf workshop isn't going, the mechanic isn't doing much. It's all very sad. Is that Sound Sense I'm hearing? No, it's the playlist from Sound Sense, but no actual Sound Sense. I got so annoyed with that cancellation spam noise. The little flute sound. Oh my god, drove up the wall. I do have children. I've got 2 children. Da 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 da. Power up. It was an achievement. Got a girlfriend as well. I know. Madness. I mean, I can already hear the shocked gasps resounding around the world as people go, you what? You what? The mother of your children stayed with you? Good lord. I know, it's great though, isn't it? Trying not to wake them up at the moment. What time is it? It's 3:10 in the morning. Heavens above. We are actually getting close to time when I have to stop streaming, which is sad. But, I mean, it has to happen eventually, doesn't it? We can't stream 24/7. I know some people try, but that is a form of madness. Trust me. Or don't. It's up to you. You don't have to trust me. Okay, so we found the caverns. What's on our to-do list? Let's leave the game paused for a minute and think about our to-do list. I think we've got food and drink sorted. We've got plump helmets being grown, we've got booze being made out of those. We're not going to die of starvation or thirst. That's the first thing to take into consideration. We don't have enough beds, so the mental health is going to struggle. We need to get down into that 3rd cavern layer, but we also need to get into there in such a way that the undead that are sieging us can't come through the other cavern layers and get in there. What else do we need to achieve here? We need more bedrooms, but without wood from the cavern. Beds aren't possible. We can't have more bedrooms. We need offices. That's fine. We can sort those out with stone. We need to start assigning dwarves actual labours, because I feel like we've just been letting people do whatever they like for too long. I keep assuming I've got people to do stuff, and obviously I haven't. We need to assign more segregated stockpiles, because they're always nice to have a lot of visual indicator of what's going on, so that's good. We need bins as well. We need to tap the volcano to make sure we get magma. Once we've done that, we can start getting ourselves some sweet metal stuff. Probably start making bins out of, I'd guess, copper or something instead of wood. And then the food area needs a nice big dining hall. We need some nest boxes for what little birdage we have left. And we're probably going to need to start making some rock pots for booze and food. Then I'm thinking more crafts dwarf guild halls, question mark, and we want to start collecting sand, because I do want to do more with glass this time round. Every time we've had this, like, oh, let's do something cool with glass, let's build a nice glass tower, or, you know, a big series of spinning green glass blade traps, and it never really pans out quite how we want it to. It's like when I first started streaming Dwarf Fortress, I had a big hard-on for training animals and doing all sorts of war beasts. That never really panned out, did it? Let's not make this another war animal army, right? Let's make this something a little bit more achievable. What's that winding corridor near your tombs? That, dear sir, or madam, depending on your preference, is... hello. That is going down to try and find the third cavern layer, bypassing the first two, because unfortunately the first two are now connected, although I believe they were in the first place. They actually had a natural connection, but we've just shafted straight through them. So the siegers on the surface have access to both those cavern layers, so if we connect them to the fortress, the siegers will get in and attack us, and they're horrible, nasty undead and pretty dangerous, so we don't want that to happen. So I dug that separate corridor off to bypass them and come down here to what? Question mark. To discover cavern layer number 3, please. There we go. And we found it, but obviously it's not the most accessible cavern I've ever seen, being mostly water apart from this little bit of dry land I see here, and other than that, there's not much ground we've discovered. And that, for now, is likely to be our only source of wood until the undead piss off from the surface and we can get this bridge hooked up and closable. Once the siege pisses off, once we've got this closable, we're safe again. We don't have to worry about sieges from the surface coming down into the caverns. But for now, that is a big issue. Although also, I suppose there is also the option of fitting out our... Oh, you meant this one, didn't you? You meant this windy corridor. That's our trap corridor. We're going to fill that with traps at some point. Unfortunately, at the moment, we don't have the ability to open this end and put traps in without the undead going blah and coming through. So we have to wait for them to piss off. Once they've done that, however, we can start building some sweet trap delights in here. And it's going to be good. Weapon traps, cage traps, you name it. We're going to go for it. It's going to be good. Minecarts I've yet to really dabble with. Minecart I have yet to... Neo-folk metal gang, that's right. The bit of neo-folk metal's not too bad. I saw a band, I didn't see them live. I found a band called, what are they called? We Who Die in Siberian Slush. They were quite good. I don't know if they're particularly folky. They're a bit doomy, but I enjoyed them. Earth, very good doom metal band. I like them. Again, not very folky, but tangential. Henry Rollins is the man. I do like Henry Rollins. Very good. Again, not so much for the music, more for the spoken word stuff. What you need is lava pumps and moats. Again, pumps, like minecarts, not really been something I've dabbled with, but I do intend to get round to them. I feel like doing glass stuff is slightly more achievable than pumps and minecarts. They seem a bit complicated to get into, but I'm sure we'll get there. Nighty-night Orchimedes. I'm not going to be going on much longer, to be honest. Is it a tower undead or region undead? Tower. Oh my god, the last fortress. Let me show you the map. This is the second fortress we've done on this map. As you can see, we're just here, so we're kind of near a bad biome. Oh, your bad biome. Bad biome is what I need. Sorry, I'm getting confused. We've got a tower here, 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 and here. So we are surrounded by towers. There's some more over here. However, the last place we did one was an absolute fucking nightmare. Just over here was my previous fortress. And as you can see, we've got towers galore surrounding it. I mean, the wildlife was demonic. It was unbelievable. At least out here, we're a little bit further away from the densest of the Necromancer's towers. But this isn't the ideal map, I have to say. It's a little bit grim. Could be better. Definitely could be better. But it could be worse. It could also be worse. Trap Lord is back. That's right, Righteous Boner. We've had some contentious issues about traps. I do tend to lean on them quite heavily. But when I don't, the fortress doesn't last. So, I mean, what do you want? Do you want a fortress with no traps that lasts 2 minutes and is basically unusable as a VOD? Or do you want a fortress that lasts with a little bit of banter in the background? That's the thing. I haven't played this new version yet due to getting sidetracked with modding, but good lord, it really just puts them everywhere now. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it does. Then again, I mean, maybe this was just a bad seed. Maybe it wasn't the best. Maybe it wasn't the best world generation. Who knows? I mean, the internal workings of Dwarf Fortress are not exactly transparent. They're a little bit opaque. Then again, maybe that's just to me. If you're modding Dwarf Fortress, you probably know a bit more about it than I do. Then again, I have to say, much less aggressive with the mood spirals. Prior to starting on this version, I was having a lot of fortresses which were a nightmare to deal with. I was having to use DF hack to sort of cheat a bit, as you do. But now, I don't think we've had a fortress particular... I mean, we've had some pretty dire fortresses, and even then, they haven't gone down into mood spirals, which is good. I like it. Curly Fries has got to go too. You know what? I think we're jettisoning regulars, so it's probably a good idea for me to call time on the stream myself. To start with, those of you watching on YouTube, watching the recording, thank you very much. It's been a genuine pleasure recording for you. Sorry for being a little bit tipsy this stream. I know it's not normal, but it's lockdown, isn't it? Have a couple of beers, why not? I mean, I don't normally drink at all, but just fancied it for a change. Anyway, YouTube, see you later. Bye. Bye, he says, leaning over to press stop recording. Bye.